I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken road.
There we go. Hey, hi there.
Hi.
For a moment.
Yeah, for a moment. Get out of the car.
Get out of the car. Okay, I'll let you go. You have fun.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, Maxx was just moving my holder for my phone, trying to get a better angle. I don't know, this stuff. Where are we off to today? Oh, I guess I should say this. I haven't really said this, and the name of this YouTube channel is Debbie and Maxx Go Thrifting. But you may have noticed that lately we haven't showed you any thrifting videos. Amazing. Who are you? Roanoke Fence Repair and Installation. Okay, there was somebody, nobody ever comes down our street and see how friendly we are here. We were trying to figure out who the heck this guy was. It was over, he's over looking at the horse field. I guess they're going to replace the fence, which it basically is non-existent. Somebody put a I don't know what you call it. So not a barbed wire fence, but a wire fence. It has those big squares up. God, it looks like it's been up there 20 years or so, and it's just falling all over the place. And only one time since we've been here, and we've been here 12 years, have the horses got out, and it was really kind of funny. Somebody saw them. I think it was our next door neighbor, and she's an elderly lady, and she went and she just stood there. She's not a big animal person, and she stood there, I think, because she don't like anything in her yard. She's chased, Daisy's got out a couple of times, and she's chased Daisy with a broom, which doesn't endear her to me. I'm warm. It's 48 here today, but the sun is just really, really coming down. I'll turn my fan on. So they had bridles on, and she called the police, and the police came out, and I don't know, the policeman like radioed in, you know, that the horses are out, and they started wandering. So the policeman had to grab the horses by the bridles. Oh, got somebody walking a pit bull. Get out of the way. And just stand there. So funny. He looked, I wish I got a picture now. He looked like, I cannot believe I'm standing here holding two horses. You know, this is my daily routine. I'm capturing horses. It was funny. But then finally, animal control came out. But what are they going to do? Put them in their truck? So animal control came out, and the policeman very happily turned them over to the lady from animal control. So she stood there holding the horses' bridles. And the policeman had to stay there because he had to write the report up. Finally, somehow, they figured out who owned the land, and they came out. And you can't, there's no gate on our side of the fence. You literally have to go around the world to get to the gate part of it, where they're, it's not really a barn, it's like a lean-to thing that just keeps the weather off of them and their hay and water. But the people who own it finally came and got them, and but yeah, that was the assignment for the day that day. Like something only happened one time, so I don't know how they did it. I mean, the fence, even if the fence wasn't there, it's almost solid bushes and trees. Of course, I guess horses, or they can go where they want, or horses. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, it says Debbie and Maxx Goes Thrifting on our page, YouTube. They're having a parade tonight. It says no parking parade route. Yay! I'm not going. And we have not been doing any thrift hauls. We have been super busy. Maxx, I'm sorry, y'all. I do that and it drives me nuts. Maxx is driving me nuts with his real job. But we really don't need anything. We have enough of the house and the 2 storage units we have to, yeah, see my Santa Claus earrings? We don't need to be out looking for stuff. So I did it again. So, I did not realize how many times I said that. Okay. But we have a friend who runs it's called a backwoods auction, but it's online only, and it's down in Alta Vista, Virginia. And she's a sweetheart, and she lets me bid on things, and she's got a warehouse, and she's got my credit card, so she will just charge my credit card and hold the items I win until I can get down there and get to them. But we try our very best to get down there once a month because we don't want to take advantage. And things just have not worked out where we've been able to get down there. So I've got like 6 auctions worth of things I've won from her sitting down there, which we will break down probably, and it probably wind up being at least 2 videos when we finally get them. We were going to go down this weekend, and they have now predicted beginning Saturday going through Monday we're going to have snow. As usual, it's from an inch to a foot, but they're higher elevation than we are, and it would be worse down there than up here. So we definitely have decided we're not going to go down this weekend. We'll have to try to get it the next weekend if we can. I feel bad, but she's a sweetie. She even told me if I had some things that I didn't want to bother selling on eBay, or they were too big to pack or whatever, bring them down there to her, and she'd throw them in her auction and help me get rid of them. Maxx was doing the happy dance when she said that, because we do have some of those things. We used to go to a auction and rent a table and sell things, and they closed, so we don't have that auction anymore, and we've got stuck with all this stuff, and I'd like to get rid of it. But we will when we get the stuff. Hopefully not this weekend, but maybe the next weekend, depending on weather, start doing some more thrift hauls. They're going to be kind of general things, a little bit. It's not my usual. I think I got some jewelry, nothing fabulous, but I got some small. And remember, I'm trying to do the if I can't hold it in my hand, I don't want it thing. So I really am concentrating on that. Some household things and decorative things, and just kind of a mishmash. Because jewelry, it's just not selling for me. I don't know. I mean, I know people who make a killing with it, and I don't know if I'm not getting the good brands, which I'm not. You just don't get it here. The only place you see the really nice brands, and I'm not talking about fancy, Tiffany and all the current stuff. I'm talking about like older things, are in the antique malls, and I don't know where they get it from. I don't know if they have connections, if they have they know the people who do the estate sales, and they give them first dibs of it. I don't know, but I don't rarely do I get any of those things. The other problem I have is I usually want to keep it for myself. But by the way, You know, I don't know if you can see them, my snowman earrings. I've got snowman pants too, but you can't see those. So we're gonna, and I'm really trying to kind of slow down and enjoy myself. I've talked about this before, where I don't feel freaked out if I don't have a bunch of stuff ready to pop onto eBay. I use Ink Frog, and I like to have at least 10, I prefer 15 or 20 items sitting in Ink Frog ready for me to pop on at any time I need to. So I list at least one item every day, because everybody swears that keeps your algorithm churning and pumping and whatever. So I do try to do that, and so far I have done that. I don't even remember the last time I didn't list something. I can say it may be one puny thing, but I do list it. Oh, where are we going today? I didn't say that, did I? I have an appointment. I go every Thursday to group therapy because I am crazy as a crazy person could be. No, I will, you know, I'll share my life with you. I have nothing to hide, and I think if people learn from my mistakes or my growth, then it makes me very, very happy. Even if I never know about it, it's still, I like to put it out there and, you know, but hey, you're not the only person that has these problems or whatever. So basically, I'll give you a little boring. I was diagnosed as being suffering from depression when I was 13 years old, and my parents were old school, and you didn't go to a psychiatrist unless you were ready for the insane asylum. And it also made you didn't want anybody to know, because they would never look at you the same way twice. And I suppose back then that would have been 1969. Of course, it was 1969. Wee hippie, everybody was doing everything, but I was only 13, so basically, I'm not gonna say they denied me treatment, but I didn't get help. And I have to say, back then, because they prescribed it for me, they did not have all the huge wide range of medications that they have now. They had tranquilizers, and they gave me Valium. Well, I think about it now, and a 13-year-old on Valium, no. But I've had problems on and off ever since. I've been in therapy, I've got out of therapy, I've been in therapy, I got out of therapy, but they finally diagnosed me as having chemical depression, which means I will have it forever. And it's not a matter of me being sad because something in my life has happened, although that is depression too, but that depression will, kind of fade and go away. Mine is a chemical imbalance in my body. And they now have the medications that they can get rid of that imbalance, and you get to be kind of like a happy, even keel. I just really got into trying to work this out probably after we moved up here 12 years ago. Before that, I just kind of suffered through it, and it was all over the place. If you suffer from depression or manic depression or affective disorder or any of those things, it's a living hell. And nobody knows, they don't see it. It's not, on you, except when you snap their head off or something. But, so people really, really don't understand it. And there's still kind of a stigma attached about it. And people don't want to share the fact that they have it. Like I say, I will tell anybody I have depression, and I see counselors. I see a therapist every other week, and I go to group therapy every Thursday. And I just went to a counselor until about 2 years ago. I have to see a psychiatrist once every 6 months because he's the only one that can prescribe the drugs that I take. So I see him. It's basically go in, how you doing, a little chit chat, 15-20 minutes. I get my prescriptions, and I'm ready. Interesting. He's blind. I find that incredibly interesting. This man, and I'm not going to go on, but he has done the most amazing things in his life, and he's been blind since birth. If you can imagine going to medical school and all that, he's amazing. Back to therapy. Oh yeah, so I am a very sarcastic. I have a sarcastic sense of humor, and I have an inappropriate sense of humor. And my whole life, the way I've dealt with hurt and pain is to be funny and sarcastic. The Mary Tyler, I don't know if y'all are old enough to watch the Mary Tyler Moore show where Chuckles the Clown died, and she was getting on to everybody because they were laughing, and then at the funeral everybody was very sober, and then she got the giggles and couldn't stop. That's kind of, me. When my mother had dementia, and I had her she was in a nursing home, but I had her for 3 years and was, taking care of her basically. I would never have got through that if I hadn't been humor. And some people thought it was kind of strange, but I still have memories, and we didn't have a very good relationship, but those last 3 years, I wouldn't trade for anything because I got to know some things about my mother from relatives that I did not know. They came and told me that, I did not know any of this stuff, and explained some of the way my mother had acted, and the part of my mother's brain, she had a stroke, that was affected was her inhibition area. So my mother was this really, really uptight, religious, woman, and all her inhibitions went out the window. And I saw the mother I would love to have had always. She was hysterical. And I actually, the part I grieved for was the fact that she had been so uptight and so worried about people's opinions and stuff her whole life that I'm not sure she, ever lived a happy moment because she was always so worried about what others thought. And it made me change my whole opinion about our relationship. And in the end, we got to, I know that sounds strange considering she had dementia, but we really got close. But anyway, yeah, so they thought I should go to group therapy to work on my relationships with others. Yeah. And I kind of, at first was offended when my therapist suggested it, but she said, well, give it a try. You don't like it, no big deal. You don't have to go. And I thought, okay, well, I'll give it anything a try once. Well, not anything, but most things I'll give it a try once. And I went, and I was having some problems with. I didn't have any friends, and I always thought that was strange because when we left Louisiana, I had a ton of friends. I mean, a ton. I always, go out to dinner, go to movies, go to everything that came around, shows and craft fairs. I mean, it's just. And then we came up here, and I was sick, really sick for a while. But then when I got better, of course, part of it was the fact that I was working from home and didn't, meet anybody really. But even then, when I would meet people, it just never followed through to a friendship. And she wanted me to see kind of, I think I thought it was them. Well, I'm fabulous. If you don't like me, I don't know what your problem is. That kind of thing. And I think she wanted me to listen to them talk about problems they were having with their friends and family, and kind of get, like, if something happened and I thought, well, they were wrong, to put it before the group and see what their opinion on it was. It was probably the best thing that I could have done. Couple of relationships that were kind of teetering because I wasn't, I didn't feel like they were getting where I was coming from. After talking with people in the group, I realized what I was saying and things I were doing could be misinterpreted. And the thing I like too about it is I've been able to help the other people in the group too. There's 8 of us, and it's an hour and a half long, and excuse me. Oh, it's the bug. Some weeks you don't have anything to say, and some weeks you need to talk for an hour. It's kind of like life. And we're very respectful of that, and the person talking will say, oh, well, I'm taking up too much time, and we all say, no, you need it, go ahead, let's get this, kind of worked out, ironed out, or whatever. Or if you come in and, you're kind of not feeling that week, you can say, I just don't feel like sharing this week, or whatever. Believe it or not, I usually try to go last because I don't shut up. I know it's really, really hard to believe, but Maxx was laughing. Of course, he's not in the car, and he edits these videos and puts them together and stuff, and so he watches them. He puts headphones on and watches them in the office, usually while I'm watching TV at night. And the last one I did, I hear he's just laughing away, and I'm like, what are you laughing at? And I looked, and he was watching the video, and I'm like, I didn't do anything of that funny. And he said, you are hysterical. He said, you don't realize how funny you are. And I said, I don't remember doing anything funny. He said, yeah, that's what's so funny about it. So I don't know, like I say, I've always kind of gotten through my pain with humor, but yeah, I really, it's kind of funny. You can't have any outside relationship with these people. You're not supposed to, because people don't want people to know they're in therapy back again. So, I've been in here long enough now that a few of us, if we see each other, just run into each other outside of therapy, we'll greet each other and say hello or whatever. I mean, we don't have to announce to the world, hey, we're in therapy together. We just say, oh, we know each other from, wherever, we're friends. But some are very secretive about it. Oh, God, no, nobody can know I'm in therapy. If you can afford it, we have insurance, thankfully, and you need somebody to talk to, your best friend and your mama ain't the right people. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's the truth. You need to get a completely unbiased group of people, or a therapist, individual therapist. will be amazed the difference it makes in your life. I mean, I have gone through some rust patches. Yes, I was kind of a rusty brown color home. Rough patches, and Maxx always says, I wish I could help, I wish I could help, what can I do, what can I do? And there's nothing, you know, there's nothing. So professional is good help. There, that's my sermon for the day. I'm about to arrive at, yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful, you can tell the sun's shining in. I'm looking straight ahead at a gorgeous mountain. I don't know, I love this area. This is the, I think probably said this before, but they say this is the new Florida here. It's funny, I ran into somebody the other day and she had just moved to the area, and I said, oh, where'd you come from? She's in Florida. And I said, yeah, this is becoming the new Florida, because they're figuring out that, you know, that sunny and, you know, that many months of the year is wonderful, but the hurricanes aren't. And this is a nice mix. When I first came up here, I didn't mind the cold and the snow in winter, because I grew up in Atlanta and snow was rare there. But now I'm over. Okay, I've seen snow. I should have taken that parking place. And you can stop it down. I've had enough. But I'm still not complaining. It's a whole lot better than Louisiana. Sorry, Louisiana people. I know you love your state, but I don't like the humidity and the oil refineries and the air and all that. So anyway, it's now 4:45 in the afternoon, and as you can tell, it's getting dark. And the temperature has probably dropped down to 40-ish maybe. And I am heading to Earth Fair. If you don't know what that is, it's an organic grocery store. And we don't buy a ton of organic things. We go here basically because they have prepared items like, well, one of our favorites is they have turkey burgers with feta and spinach in them. We love those, they're delicious. And they have bratwurst, like 8 different kinds. Max loves bratwurst. I can't eat them. My stomach, they bother it. But, oh, and then they have several kinds of stuffed chicken breast. I have, I'm doing again, I know. Cordon bleu. I think we got cordon bleu last time, and it was wonderful. And I think they had a lemon and something else. I don't remember what it was, and I think that probably, if they have it this time, that's probably going to be the one I get, because I was debating between it and the cordon bleu. They have some seafood stuff, but I'm allergic to seafood, so don't get that. They have a wonderful variety of cheeses, which we are cheese fanatics. I should turn my lights on. It's not dark, but we love to try new and different cheeses. They have in the deli, they have egg rolls that they make daily, and we love. Maxx bakes them instead of frying them, so, and they're very, very good. They do really good meatloaf too, but I'm not a meatloaf mood. Maxx doesn't eat beef, so I get me like a slice and make a meatloaf sandwich out of it, but I'm not really in a mood for that. last time they had this fabulous side dish. It was sweet potatoes and acorn squash with a maple and sage sauce. Oh, that stuff was fabulous. So if they still have that, I'll probably get some of that. Oh, and they have, this is what we need. They have a display that's 360. You can walk around it with all different home baked cookies, and they have like thumbprint cookies with the jelly inside, and I can't think of the name of those things. The ones that have they're like really soft and have the icing in the middle. What do they call those things? I can't think of it. But they have different, they change them out, they have like lemon bars, but they're not like the lemon bars like I don't know, Maxx makes lemon bars, and they're like this thick. These are just like lemon cookie things. Iced lemon cookies or something, I don't know. And they have a huge salad bar. But I'm really strange. In the winter, I'm not a big salad eater. Now in the summer, I don't want anything heavy. It's hot. I don't want to mess with it. I love salad. But in the winter, I want like soups and stews and, hearty things. And I won't eat those in the summer. Max doesn't understand it. But, yeah, I love a pot of chili, or we have some other things. Since Max doesn't eat beef, we can't do like beef, a pot roast or anything like that with vegetables. So we have some recipes that we have gathered that both of us can eat, and we do that. Max will cook a big batch of it, or put it in a crock pot, and we can freeze it and have it later on busy days when we don't have time to cook. Let's see, what else do I usually get? I need to go. There's a place over by our house. I may get over there tomorrow, I'm not sure. It's called Country Corner, and they're a plant nursery, and all of their plants are grown in Virginia, and like shrubs and trees and perennials. If you buy them from them, they guarantee they will live for a year, or they will refund your money. And we found them when we first moved up here, because our yard was not landscaped at all. It had sod, and that was it. So we went there and got some shrees. That's a shrub and a tree combined. We got some shrees. And then we found out they have like vegetables too, like garden vegetables. I don't know if the people who own the place, it's a family-owned place. I don't know if they grow them or if they have growers that bring them, but they're like local veggies and homemade jams and jellies and like penny candy, you don't see too often anymore. And it's a neat little shop. They've got some great little gift items. If you're looking for something, all kinds of things. They got cute t-shirts and keychains and little figurines and stuff. And also outdoor decor. They have got some of the cutest, like flags and things you set, gnomes and all that kind of stuff. But they're kind of strange. They close Christmas Eve, and they do not reopen until April. It's either the 1st of April or Easter, the day after Easter. So they're closed like, I don't know, 3-4 months. But they said they've been doing that ever since they opened, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, you know, who's looking for landscaping stuff in the dead of winter? The gift, I guess selling the gift stuff wouldn't keep the lights on and keep the employees paid. So, and it really, everybody gets really excited when the time comes around that they're gonna reopen in the spring. And oh my God, that place is like a madhouse. They've only got about 20 parking places maybe, and it goes out onto a busy road, and I mean, you're taking your life in your own hand. There's people going every which way, and yeah, it's so funny when we used to live in Louisiana. Traffic 90% of the time was bumper to bumper, and we moved up here. We thought, oh, this is, you know, fabulous. And rush hour was 10 cars. Not that we have to be out during rush hour anyway, but when we happen to be, we laugh. So it's kind of funny now. We've been here 12 years, and I think 10 cars is horrible. But it's getting dark. I don't like to drive after dark because there's not much choice this time of year. I thought I'll go ahead. I'm not blocking anybody. I was at a light that was green, but no, you couldn't go ahead, but then somebody moved. I hate people who block intersections. It's just so rude. Where do you have to go so fast that you can block an intersection? You know, and then the next light, it just gets all jumbled up. Then the person can't move who was at the light going the other direction, and then they don't know. It's just, I know, I'm rambling. I do that a lot, if you haven't noticed. We have a lot of good restaurants on this street I'm on. It's called it's Electric Road, and I'm passing under I-81 right now, and it is now Franklin Road. And there are a lot of good restaurants out this way. Unfortunately, this is across town from where we live. But we're out and about. You know, we've come to some of them, and the Bridge group, we go out to eat once a month, and we've come to some of these. So there's a Dunkin' Donuts. I could down a couple of donuts, but no. I went to the doctor's yesterday, and he weighed me. You know how those schools that stop giving out grades, I think doctors should just stop weighing you. I think that would be a good thing, because it makes you anxious. And I mean, how many people do you know that are going to pay any attention to him telling you to lose weight anyway? I mean, he's told you 6 times before, and he comes in and you're either way more or you haven't budged. And I mean, they threaten you with every disease known to mankind if you don't lose weight, and you still don't. So I went to this place for Bridge last week, the Taste of Asia. Oh God, it was good. It was Japanese, Chinese, and sushi. Everybody was well pleased with their food, and there was 18 of us, so it was kind of a lot to handle. We had one waiter, and he got everybody's order straight, and he was very prompt with refills and things like that, so it's really good. I had the tangerine chicken. I like citrus fruit, can you tell? It was really good, and I always only eat half of my appetizer, and my appetizer, Jesus. We had salted edamame for an appetizer, which we shared with like 6 people. But oh God, I love those; they're so good. But no, I had the tangerine chicken, and then I ate half of that. And the next day, Maxx ate all of his. Of course, he had curry. He cut up some more chicken and threw it in with my leftovers, and we split it and had it for dinner the next night. So we got 3 meals out of my one meal, which is usually what we wind up doing. I love beef. Steak is my favorite food in the world. But if we're eating out and I know, like, there's gonna be, oh my God, there's a homeless person dead center of the road. I mean dead center, pushing his cart. Yes, we have them here. We have very good facilities here. But yeah. What was I saying? I don't know. Something about, so I feel guilty if I order beef, because then I know if we take Heather at home, Max isn't gonna have anything to eat the next night. Of course, he doesn't mind. I mean, he just makes himself some whatever, you know. He throws, Max will eat anything. I mean, the man will eat Spam. So what do you think? Ramen noodles. We're right by the Mellow Mushroom right now. If you don't know what that is, it's a really good pizza place. It's a new restaurant that's open called First Watch. It's only open for breakfast and lunch. I've heard it's really good, but we've never got up early enough that we got there. I am kind of parking space at Earth Fair. Oh, here we go. Looks good. I was gonna eat a little snack before I went in, so I wouldn't buy as much, but I really want to get home before it gets pitch black dark, so I think I'm just gonna buy a lot. Yes, I know. Let's see. Oh no, that's not what I want. Yes, I want to do that. I want to do that. Okay. Seatbelt on. It is now 5:30 and it is generally dark out, and I have to find my way home from here. I've got some goodies. It's hungry. You know you shouldn't go when you're hungry. I did pretty good considering. I say that. Got Maxx's. I got him some sweet Italian sausage links. And I'm umming again. Oh, let me turn my lights on. I guess that would help, huh? I got our turkey burgers that we like so much. I love fruit in my food. I don't know why, I do. And they had chicken roll-ups with dried cherries and I forgot. I don't remember. Cherries and I don't remember what they roll up with the dried whatever. It sounded good, so I got some. Is that all I got there? I think so. Left turn, yield on. Not yielding. I'm going right. I got some cheese that it said it was a maple cured cheddar, which sounded very interesting. I know it's pitch black dark in it. I should put my light on in here, but then I'll be blind. I mean, you know, I guess I could. No, I can't. It won't let you flip around. That's the thing about the X. I don't know if the 6 was that way or not. I think you could flip it back and forth, but the X, once you start recording, you can't flip it back and forth from outside to inside, and all you're getting right now is me in the dark. That's my best look anyway. Oh, I got some maple aged cheddar. This sounds really good. Then I went over, and I was very naughty. Max is probably one of his top 3 favorite desserts is bread pudding. So they had some bread pudding today with a vanilla glaze, so I got a piece of that. Of course, I'm gonna have to have one bite. Then I got some chicken salad for me. I love chicken salad, and it's got the cranberries and the pecans in it. A touch of rough fruit. Oh, I got some red grapes too. They're really good. And I've always wondered, we always do. I mean, I don't want to buy something I don't, like. So we always, if there's more than like one color, we make each other taste the ones in case it's, like one of them that puckers you up. But yeah, these were really sweet, so I got some of those. Oh, and I buy and this is not the real name of it, but I started calling it this. So now Maxx and I both call it this. The Boom Chicka popcorn. It's like, I don't know, it's less calories and organic and light and all that good stuff. Let me see, if I get off the interstate I might turn the light on. Let's see if it's too blinding. Kind of. Maxx wouldn't do this, but I will. We won't tell him. Anyway, they had the holiday flavors, which I had not seen. I always have some on hand. I get the sea salt and I get the lightly buttered. But they had peppermint, white chocolate peppermint, and dark chocolate sea salt. So I got me some of that. And I Maxx, when I portion my stuff, I'm very careful to portion, what I should have. If it was like 1 cup, I eat 1 cup. I don't eat the bag, which that's very easy to do when you get a bag of something. What do you mean? Just eat the whole bag. But no, stop doing that. And actually, I can't. Half the time, Maxx for dinner, when he makes, he gives me my plate with my portion on it, a lot of the time I can't even finish the portion, and either he finishes it, Maxx he will clean the garbage can for you, or the dog gets it. The dog sits there hoping that neither one of us can finish something, so she gets it. Daisy, we've got her so spoiled. Even our older dog we had to put down in December, so she's an only child now, and oh my God, I didn't think a dog could be more spoiled. I was wrong. She literally, it's like today I missed lunch, so it didn't count, but whenever we eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack time at night, whatever, she literally comes and sits at the foot of our recliners and waits for her part of whatever it is we're eating. And if we do not give her a bite of something, ooh, we get the cold shoulder. She pouts, and she'll leave the living room and go and get on our bed and mess all the covers up. I always, unless I completely, totally forget, which I rarely do, but I always save her a tiny little bite. Maxx does not, but yet she loves him better than me. I don't understand that. Anyway, back to the store. What else did I get? I got the egg rolls. They have all this food there. You you kind of want to. Oh, I've been wanting to try these. I got some noodles, frozen noodles made out of carrots, because I have a problem with pasta. I've had them made out of zucchini before, and with the sauce on it, I really couldn't tell that much of a difference. So I got those. Oh, and I got, oh God, I love edamame. So I got the shelled edamame. It was frozen, to put in, like when Maxx is cooking, he can throw some in to add some protein. Edamame has a ton of protein, if you didn't know that. If you're on a high protein diet, it's very good for you. Oh, and this will be a surprise. But Maxx loves peach jelly, but jam. But I need a drink. More ways than one. You can't find it. You find apricot. So they had it there. It's not a big bottle, but I did get him a thing of peach preserves. He will love that. I'm trying to think. It was really good because they had some stuff on sale I was looking at, and I thought, we don't need that. We don't need that. I don't know if it comes from having grown up poor or what. I think that's got a lot to do with it. And then I also think the 22 years in Louisiana didn't help either, where you always were prepared for the next natural disaster. But when I was growing up, we went to the grocery store on Saturday, and we had a budget, you know. I mean, and it was, I think it was like, I don't know, you're talking, this is back in the 60s, so let's say it was $25 for the week. We literally, you know, it was $25, and if we went over that, something went back, or you never got anything that wasn't, you know, every day. I mean, like every, you know, flour, sugar, cornmeal, you know, that kind of thing. You never got any treats. We never had sodas in our house. Never had, you know, any like store-bought cookies, anything like that. My mom was a meat and potatoes cook. That's why my daddy liked it. And we had meat one time a week. On Sunday, she'd make a big Sunday dinner. And then we ate on it, you know, the rest of the week through Thursday, because Friday my dad always took me out for our dad-daughter date, and he and I used to go to this little diner across the street from the library, and we'd have our Friday night dinner, and then we go over to the library and get our books for the week. That's where I get my love of reading from, is my dad. And I treasure that memory of him, you know, doing that. But it's like if we had a roast, maybe Monday we'd have the roast again, and then, you know, Tuesday you'd do something with the roast. You'd, you know, chop it up and make a stew or whatever. But yeah, we had, and we done a lot. Like, we had, I always told her, and after I got out of the house, our variety was sad. I mean, we had a beef roast, pork chops, fried chicken, did I say? I can't remember what I said now. But we had like 5 meals that we ate over and over and over again. And I don't know. I just, there was something in me, and I don't know where I got it from, because nobody else in my family has it. But I knew there was more out there, and I wanted to try things and go places and travel and try different foods and ethnicities. And I used to gripe and complain, which I don't think my parents, you know, took it as being ungrateful. I actually think they took it as I was, you know, why do you want to do all that? Nobody in their right mind wants to do all that stuff. You know, you got a roof over your head and food on the table, and, you know, by this time I was graduated and I was out working, but I still had these dreams. I wanted to you know, it's one thing of my first husband, when we met and started dating. I have to say this for him. He was from California. He'd been in the Army, and he introduced me to so much outside of, you know, my realm of knowledge. Oh God, I forgot. I hope the parade's tomorrow. If it's not, I'm in big poo-poo because I don't know how to get home from here otherwise. We went to Mexican restaurants. We went to Italian restaurants. We went to, you know, German restaurants. We went to all these. He would take me and he would teach me, and he was very patient about, you know, me trying things. And at first we were broke then too, both of us, but we finally started, you know, working up the ladder and get a little money, and we started to travel a little bit, and I got to see things I probably would have never have got to see, but that, I mean, and that it just opened my eyes so much. I mean, I know there's people who are really, I know people who have literally never left the county they were born in, and they're perfectly content. And I guess to be perfectly content, that's fine. But that wasn't me. I kind of wanted to do it all and see it all and try it all, and I just knew there was more, you know, to be seen and done. Oh good, they don't have the road blocked for the parade, so it must be tomorrow. Remember, do not go out tomorrow night. Actually, I'm going somewhere tomorrow night. Oh, it's the other side of town. I'm not going this way. I got acupuncture tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, and then now Maxx and I love to try, you know, new things. Maxx will eat anything. I mean, I literally, with him being in the military for 20 years, his favorite thing when he was overseas and stuff was to go in to a restaurant, a local restaurant. He never went to the chain. You know, he always went to a local mom and pop restaurant, and he would sit down, and, you know, somebody would come over and they'd say, well, you know, what would you like? And he would say, just, I want some, you know, local cuisine. Just make me a meal, whatever you want, and give it to me. And they loved it, because you know, he wasn't picky or whatever. And he's eaten some really weird things. No, I'm not that open-minded. And he's kind of the same way now. He, if we go somewhere and there's something interesting, I don't know if he would order. Well, he might order it. Like when we go out to Bridge, everybody, it's the plate. You know, we got 18 people, and everybody's passing the plates around to taste all the different stuff. And of course, now I have to be careful too with my stomach of what I can and can't eat. So, but yeah, we love trying new things and doing new things. I wish we had more time and more money to travel, even just locally around here. There's some absolutely, oh Lord, it's the parade, and I don't know how to get home. This might be the longest video we ever did. I guess I could just go park the car and go to the parade, huh? Can I take you to the parade? Detour. Yeah, Idget Head. They said the detour's up here. And I really would love to go to something. They got all kinds of stuff going on, but it's cold. You know, they need to have these Christmas parades and stuff when it's warm, because it's cold out there. We have a thing here in town. Oh, no, I know I was talking about food. I'm going over somewhere else. We have a thing here in town, downtown Roanoke, they call Dickens of a Christmas, and they have all the quaint, you know, they have carolers dressed in period costumes, and they have hot chocolate stalls and roasted chestnut. Ooh, you're stopping. Excuse me, I have the right of way. God. He had a stop sign, I didn't. What in the hell? I didn't say that word. Oh, it's a vendor. I'm like, something looked like a flying saucer was coming at me, and I'm like, what in the heck is that? There's a vendor with all them flashy, bright poles and things. Anyway, so yeah, the Dickens for Christmas was really nice. We've never been. Number one, you've got to find a place to park. And number two, you have to walk 3 blocks after you find a place to park. I'm never going to get out of here. And then it's always cold. Sometimes it's rainy. Sometimes it's snowing. The wind blowing. Sounds like a Christmas song, huh? I guess. And it's so funny, talking to people, and they're like in their, older than me. And they're like, oh, I love it. I love it. I go every year. I don't know. I'm spoiled. When we were in Louisiana, I used to go to the Mardi Gras parades or whatever, but then after I went about 5 years with them, I was like, okay, oh God, here comes a float. Am I ever going to get home again? That is the weirdest Christmas float I've ever seen in my life. It's got pirates and skeletons on it. And they weren't decorated with Christmas lights or anything either. They were just pirates and skeletons. I am never, ever going to get out of here. Somebody needs to call Maxx and tell him that I'll be home in January sometime. Okay, this way. Gotta go this way. I'm going. Oh God, it's more than flying saucers. I gotta get out of the way. And here comes like 75 people just walking in the middle of the road, like not a care in the world. Go ahead, hit me. It starts in 10 minutes. People sitting out here wrapped up in sleeping bags and blankets, and as I said, no. I don't know. I guess if the son called and said, hey, we're taking the grandkids down, do you want to go? I'd be there. I would be there in a minute. But just for Maxx and I to go, nah. I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. I am 1, 2, 3 streets from my house. I'm starving. I haven't had anything to eat since 12, so 6 hours. And that was breakfast. I had a rough night last night, so I slept late. I had a scrambled egg with cheese and a piece of toast. It's gone. It left me ages ago. So I think we have leftovers. Maxx made a really good stir fry a couple of nights ago, and I think we have some leftovers from that. So that would be great. At this point, anything very great. At this point, I'm going to be digging into the bread pudding and the popcorn. Oh Lord, for this tiny little place, I've seen more traffic today. This is why I don't like to go out this time of year. But unfortunately, oh, I didn't tell you. That's what I was going to tell you. One of the guys in group, this is so romantic. He's taking his girlfriend to Yellow Feather, it's either Yellowtail or Yellow Feather, Canada, for Christmas, and they're going to see the Aurora Borealis. That's what she's always wanted. She's on her bucket list. And they're going dog sled riding, and ice fishing, and that's his Christmas present to her. Isn't that romantic? I think it was so sweet. He's a young guy too. He's in his 20s. I thought that was so sweet. Yeah, that's a nice guy. Oh, I see Max. He's running. No, he's not. He saw me pull in. He's coming down. He always comes. Oh my God! I'm gonna hit the van. He'll kill me. He always comes down and sees if I have any packages or anything, and he carries them up for me, and also hope not one, because klutz I am, I'll fall and kill myself. Oh well. Hope you had a good day with me. Don't forget, have some fun in life, and listen to the crazy lady chit-chatting while she rides all over the place. Bye.
God bless the broken road that led me straight to you.